Hello guys, welcome to our tutorial on hash maps. Here we're going to explore a different type of collection, which will be the hash map. This is essentially a list of key value pairs. We're going to start by learning how to create hash maps, then how to get and set hash map elements, and then just a couple of the other common operations. Let's head to the code and get started. Alright, so before we do anything, let's talk about what hash maps are and where we use them. So hash maps essentially represent lists of key value pairs. So the benefit of using a hash map instead of, let's say, a basic array or an array list is that we no longer need to worry about the position of the elements. So with an array list or an array, the position is how we access the individual values themselves, and so the position matters. However, we don't always want that to be the case. With a key value pair, we don't really care about where in the hash map an item is. We just care about the key under which that value is stored. So we're essentially storing two pieces of data per value. This means in order to change a value within a hash map or to retrieve a value, we have to know what key it's stored under. Okay, so it presents a different kind of a challenge, but also helps to solve the problem of forgetting where in the array list items are stored. So in order to set up a hash map, the first thing we need to do is import it from Java utils again. So we're going to import java.utils.hashmap, or actually it's util.hashmap. Okay, like so. And then we can create a hash map in a somewhat similar fashion to an array list. We do a hash map, we do the type of hash map we want, and then the name. In this case, we'll do an inventory again, but we'll take it one step further with the name and the quantity of items. And then we'll set this equal to a new hash map. Okay, like so, just like with an array list. Now the difference is that we now no longer just pass in the type, maybe a string, but we need the type of the key and the type of the value. So in this case, we'll do string keys, so this will be the item names, and we'll do integer values. Now weirdly enough, when we're declaring the type of integer in a hash map or even in an array list, we actually don't do int like this. We do integer, capital I, okay, but otherwise it represents the same kind of data. Okay, so if you're doing an array list of integers, you do an array list of integer, not an array list of int. Okay, cool. So now let's add some items to this inventory. We'll do the inventory and we'll use the put function. Okay, so the put function takes in a key and a value. In this case, the key needs to be of the type here. So maybe we'll do like a knife again, and then the value, maybe we have a couple of knives. Okay, just like before. And we'll just add in a few more items because why not? We'll also add in maybe a couple pairs of boots. We have 3 pairs of boots perhaps. Maybe we have like 1 axe or something, and so on and so forth. So the order of these items, the order in which we put them really doesn't matter because we access the values 2, 3, and 1 based on the key that they're stored under. Now in order to get something, we're going to do the inventory, okay, and we're going to use the get function. Okay, and this way we need to input the key and this will retrieve us the value. So maybe we want whatever value is stored under knife, we want to see how many knives we have, and this would return us, in this case, an integer, okay, because the values are integers. So we would do int knife is going to be equal, we would actually do number of knives, okay, is going to be equal to the result here. Now one thing I should point out before moving on is that the put function will insert a key and then assign the value. However, if it finds a key that already exists, for example, if I did this, put axe of 2, it's going to find this key and then it's just going to replace whatever value it finds, okay? So if the key does not exist, it inserts the key and assigns a value. If the key does exist, then it just replaces the value. Alternatively, if you know that the key exists, you can just do the inventory.replace, okay, and then we can pass in either the key and the old value and new value, or I think you can actually just do the key and the new value. So in this case, it would be the axe and then the value of 2. All right. Now that's all we're going to cover in this tutorial. Similar to the array list, there is a plethora of functions that you can choose from. So you can open up your inventory dot, and you can see that there are a lot of functions to explore. So feel free to explore some of them. Don't worry, you really don't need to check out all of them. Perhaps just the specific kind of key and value pairs. For example, you need a set of just the keys or just the values. That should be good enough. When you're ready to move on, we'll switch topics and start talking about implementing logic and control flow with if statements. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.